We are back and moments away from seeing
Yo. What up, VOD frogs
Vitality
and early
trying to keep
viewers?
the perfect streak alive and make it through to top 8. Space Station trying to play upset.
We're watching Space Station Vitality today because it's the only time I could have watched anyways. It's the only match that I could stream.
Ooh, G2 away. I love a rainbow.
Yes. Oh, it's a great one,
rainbow.
There's some great rainbow decals out there. The esports shop is up to 50% off until August 16th. This is your last chance to grab this season's decals, player banners, and goal explosions before they're gone. When the season's over, they won't be there anymore.
Chat, which one do I need to get?
That decal. Okay, just
all I know is whichever one I don't get
Please, just look at
will become the one that all the pros are using. That's all I know.
You'll use it. It's such a good decal, folks. Let's take a look at the groups, how things stand after the conclusion of the first match of the day and after the matches we had over the last 2 days there in those first rounds. Here for Group A, you can see Liquid has advanced in the top 8. Crew dropped down to the lowers. They will face off against the winner of Team Secret versus Falcons. We'll see that Falcons versus
Liquid
Team
handle
Secret
business
tomorrow in front of the crowd. Exclamation point tickets in chat. You can get your ticket. You can be here. You can see that match in person. But meanwhile, in Group B, we got some more.
Didn't know you moved to YouTube. I do both. I do the
Vitality versus
watch
Space
parties
Station
on YouTube at least. That's what I'm gonna shift to, I think.
SSG Vitality. We just
I like it. Hopefully you like it.
They haven't lost with Zen. SSG, arguably not the most talented team on paper, but in terms of execution, efficiency, and team cohesion and chemistry, it's definitely the best.
We'll see G2 versus Gen G and Carmine Corps versus BDS later. It's time for Space Station as they take on Vitality. Hottest team in the tournament versus America's surprising #1.
Yeah, we have to talk about Space Station. They're going to need another full team effort. They showed it against FaZe. They showed it all spring to get the NA #1
You've been a YouTube fan for a bit?
But this isn't
but
North
usually don't join
America
Twitch
anymore.
streams?
This
Hey,
is the European
that's why I'm doing these, for people like you.
in Vitality.
Both teams
Get
wear
some
yellow.
one-on-one
Neither
time.
team backing down.
I think it's another Vitality 4-0, by the way. I like SSG looks good because they're playing FaZe.
Anybody here, yeah, except Moist. Yeah, but we have beaten everyone since we formed, so 4-2 for us.
4-3 for us. I'll give him 7.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
4-2 is even generous.
We're gonna win.
No, we are gonna win.
No, we're gonna win.
We are gonna win.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna win.
No, we're gonna win.
Can SSG win?
Told you, neither team is backing.
I would love for
They
them to,
both
by the way.
believe they can win.
And wait, we have to talk real quick about Alpha, where he said 4-0 in the elevator, then he changed that to 4-1, and now in that he's saying 4-2. It's getting closer and closer. I think they do think Space Station is a threat. LJ put up 1.2 goals per game versus FaZe. He was involved in 2 goals per game. He's been their star. Wild card, it was Hoxer. Now it's LJ for the main event. But then you got the captain in the middle. Arsenal coming out. He's got the comms. He's got the hype. He's going to keep that momentum going versus Vitality.
He's playing the best Rocket League he's ever played. And listen,
Dude, his headphones are twisted. Is that on purpose, chat? You twist your headphones all the way up so they don't like fly around?
And ever since
Or
he's
does
just
it just need to untwist
now
them?
he's playing the best Rocket League he has ever played. I think he is more confident in himself than he ever has been. You can see it in the interviews, and you see it in when
he's locked in,
himself,
dude. He is ultra locked in. If SSG can, if SSG Peak and Vitality play one of their worst series ever, this is totally doable.
You can't then not talk
yeah,
about
that's probably
Hunter,
accurate.
Who was also at the Madrid LAN, then making it through to that spring major. The turnaround with Space Station Gaming and their huge upswing to make 5th in North America is partially because of this guy too, because Hoxer has been instrumental to their late season success.
They're looking good right now. They've got 2 LAN veterans, but on the other side of things, it's just the hottest team in the world at the moment. They have no weaknesses. How?
Hey, first time seeing a YouTube stream? You've only caught a couple Twitch streams, but you've been a YouTube fan for a while. What up, Fluffy? What's going on, man?
One series versus BDS at the fall major, at which point
there's
Vitality
him.
learned like a big scary French AI.
There he is.
You know what? We actually do know how to beat you twice.
And that felt like it was just crowd nerves, right? They were just getting over those crowd nerves. They didn't play like their normal selves, but then obviously we saw what they did with the crowd. Turn them around in Boston. Zen, we've talked about him so much. He's the best player in the world. He's showing up. He showed up against Moist. He's the
best player in the world, and
whenever he has the ball,
he's very
you don't know what's going to happen because he can speed flip into a corner bounce.
He's very like personable too.
In a second,
he's very easy to like.
Versus Moist. But Alpha,
on top of it all,
we're in Boston, Game 7 overtime.
On the other hand, our previous best player in the world, Batira. While I personally have no issue with him, and I enjoy his confidence, you could see a world in which people might not like him. But I don't think that's the case with Zen. What could you possibly not like him for? Any mini-series recommendations? You're talking about Rocket League mini-series, or are you talking about like just any mini-series in general? I don't know.
They need to put those out one day. And very unironically, it
I
was
don't know. What does mini-series
Radosin
mean?
Scored a couple of own goals, got a couple of own saves, and they still won a major, by the way. Like, that's just how good and exceptional they were. But lining up against each other, I feel like seeing Space Station being at the top of North America.
By the way, how's Baby Feer? He's still cooking. He's still cooking. He pops out a bit later, but he's doing well. Thanks for asking.
SSG, #VIT.
Like 6 episode shows.
Oh man, I'm starting off. Okay, well, this is
pretty much HBO just does a ton of good ones like that, right?
I'm right. All right, we have to go Vitality.
Wasn't The Last of Us like 6 or 7 episodes? That's the most recent one we've watched.
When we were having a little bit of lunch, he was like, I want to see some Space Station representation on this stage.
Oh, okay.
And I can't let Jorby down, to be completely honest.
Okay.
I'm thinking now it's going to be Vitality. Like, he wanted me to do it. He fancied it, but Jorby.
It seems like they have buttons now, which is cool. Before, it looked like production used to do it, but I like them having buttons.
They look good in gold. It's another dub for them.
Wait, where you going?
Are you sticking up for SSG here?
I want to see you go first.
You want to see me go first? Absolutely. No, I'm going Vitality.
Oh, wow. He's going Vitality. Got 3 Vitality, so I complete the perfect sweep. Vitality, they played Moist yesterday, and they looked good. They
you don't know why the casters are so surprised about LJ? You feel like everyone knew how good he was? Maybe he hasn't done on LAN yet?
So far has been G2. SSG lost in overtime game 7, so I'm going to roll with America. Give me SSG. NA's #1 seed. They take out Vitality. They go to a little
Okay, I see it. So G2 beat SSG in game 7.
Overtime.
That means that overtime, which means that SSG looked really good against the theoretical best team here.
Yeah.
So they're #2. Yeah.
So they are somehow going to beat the reigning major.
The Falcons make it. All of Mina lost in the first round.
Okay.
Falcons had to play BDS, Rule 1 had to play G2,
How many
and
overtimes
Twisted
did
Minds had to play Gen G. So Mina's in the dumps a
They
little
went to
bit.
3. That was against a Moist squad.
But it doesn't mean they can't bounce back.
Every single one of them. Somehow, chat has them only by 10% or so here, folks. This is the closer one. There's a lot of Space Station fans. Space Station's got a lot of Rocket League fans here, and Bates is betting on it, folks. I'd love to see it happen, but oh my goodness, Vitality. They are fierce.
It's going to be Vite.
They are hungry for top 8. You'll win here.
You feel like Mina has a chance at top 4?
You go directly to the playoff bracket, folks.
I would have said Rule 1 has the best chance.
For top 8.
But I didn't love what I saw from Rule 1 yesterday. They're going to have to go back to their regular selves. You know how they measure the polls? The polls are from chat. Chat just like sends messages.
What a task it's going to be. It was a matchup that we were robbed of in this.
Does the loser of this play winner of Rule 1 Twisted? Yes.
NA for the spring
correct.
Split, up against
so probably Space Station, but
so many of these players have waited for this opportunity. LJ being one of them, and already causing quite a few hassles. Arsenal called off by Hoxter. Probably the player that everyone's, I don't know, almost happiest for, the way that this season is going for him after E-United. Kind of got trashed when they went over to the Season 8 World Championship, but now he's getting a second crack at it.
He had a huge disappointment there, and this season has been a lot better, or this split in particular, especially replacing the huge shoes that was Daniel.
You hope SSJ take this?
Everyone thought that Daniel move was the end of SSG season.
And they've turned it around completely, and Radosin even said in an interview last night.
Oh, they're through.
They might be one of the best team players, and there we go. LJ gets the first.
If you're going to get way through,
okay,
you might as well wipe out Radosin on the way.
You'd rather SSG lose this? Don't want Vitality playing Rule 1? Yeah, true. If you're a Rule 1 fan, you do not want Vitality losing.
SSG 1-0.
Arsenal is a menace. He had the most demos yesterday, 2.4 a game.
Vitality already did that to Rule 1. They already fell to the lower bracket and eliminated them from there. Why do it to them again? You know, that's not fair.
And so much talk about top 25 list. And definitely tell you right now, Arsenal is top 3, top 1 even when it comes to pop-offs when they get the victory.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely top 1.
Lives and breathes the game. And now his team have started off so well here. They've got so much offense, but here's the danger man. Zen clears long. Everyone's not.
All right, everyone, write down this Zen preset because we're about to see it in every single lobby you ever play in.
how much they work together as a team, in particular Zen. The outstanding mechanical young gun, the kid that is on fire at the moment, hasn't lost a single event in RLCS that he's ever played.
I like Radosin's consistency.
Also on top of the demos, 2.25.
Radosin has rocked that same Fennec.
Because somebody like Alpha, like Radosin, can set up a solo play while the other two go search for a bump.
Something that maybe we should clear it up as well whilst we're here, Yummy. When we say that this is a team that hasn't been beaten, they have been beaten in series. Vitality have been taken out, I believe, twice now. Once online and once by BDS. As we see Alpha wipe out Hoxer, he's going to take a while to land, but LJ's got control of the ball.
Yeah, once online versus KC
now turning into the goal
in the grand finals, and then once against BDS.
So for Vitality to lose this is not completely out of the question.
Definitely not, especially considering
this
how
preset is the only thing that's consistent about him, though.
They talk about
how about that? Hey, take that.
Radosin is an individual.
You basically cursed him into scoring that.
He gets it in the correct net.
Yeah, it's then playing it around everybody, realized where LJ wanted to try and get out of his path, and immediately took to the skies. So 1-1. Vitality finding their way back in. Didn't have to try too hard for it either.
Sad Junior and Hoxer have both told me
wow, that could have been a kickoff goal.
Right now. What a time.
G2 winning today? I forget who's G2 playing against. They're playing against Gen G, right? Yeah, I feel like G2 looked good. I mean, it all depends if they can be that same G2. I don't know if everyone tested them as much as they should have, though.
Didn't quite work out for them. I do like the idea. Now Arsenal drops down. Radosin covers. Alpha on the chase. LJ got ball, got boost. He'll be perfectly happy with this position he finds himself in, even if Zen did have control of the ball. And now, this is the same way they scored the last one, the exact same position. Space Station have covered well, and LJ's position. He just didn't
Gen G got this?
Very classical play, though, from Team Vitality.
What does Rocket Science have to say about it?
A first touch that goes high, that they can threaten a flip reset.
Rocket Science says
push up into that demo, or to beat out a player and open
that
Space Station have been beautifully
that G2 is even slightly favored. Would you believe that?
Well, LJ, the first time has been beaten off the backboard. There was only one.
Sorry, someone just entered the house, so it's going to be a good bit.
If the ball pushes forward into open space, then gets the first touch. Hoxer looking for the in and out save, but that does make it a little bit.
Dogs all wanted to say welcome to you guys.
That comes into the left side of the net.
Can't let
Rocket Science is very close. Yeah, but it does have G2 winning, which is interesting.
Now Arsenal up against Alpha, wants to try and force the low challenge. Alpha just managed to stave off for a while, and now we get the team bumps between Alpha and Radosin.
Actually works out for Alpha.
Absolutely, he'll be very happy with the way that he was able to control afterwards. But like the passing options, and LJ actually backed down.
How does Rocket Science work? It's basically
goes for Radosin's car, can't quite find
it's like an AI model.
Did go out.
Based on results of games and I think a little bit of in-game stats as well. It like uses player ratings to make team ratings and to assess the likelihood of winning a match. It's basically like what it's focused around. Halfway Dead made it. It's a site you can check out, and he can tell you more about it. But it actually does have G2 playing better than Gen G. I'll link it in the chat.
Vitality would like to be in. Their default playstyle is to send one.
And I bet you it only has that because of the way they played yesterday. I doubt that G2 is rated higher in general. But like if you look at the individual player ranking for Worlds so far, now it helps that the fact that G2 got to play wildcard. But they are they have like all the highest players, like all the best players.
Leaves it for Alpha to finish the game. Space Station keep it out.
Counter-attack not working here. Vitality don't need the goal. They're just going to keep them pinned in for now. Zen with the slowdown play ensures that Space Station can't get a pass out of defense. One player of Space Station all the way at the other end. They're trying to push it as hard as they possibly can.
I don't see how Space Station pulls this off.
They've got to go coast to coast.
They don't have any boosts.
Challenge comes in, and
insta-dunk
will make sure Vitality have got the first game.
They continue their streak on land. Vitality now at this land 5-0. A very, very strong performance.
Who do you think is winning Worlds? I think it's Vitality.
Leading that charge early, Radosin getting on
for
the board.
Sure.
It's going to be a real question mark now.
And also, if you ask Rocket Science,
how can they break?
He has an odds table.
Two-man back play that's happening
The odds to win Worlds. Right now, Vitality is at 52.3%, which is insanely high, might I add. That's like, considering how many teams are left, any AI predicting 50% chance to win for a team is like absurdly high.
And we saw how clinical Vitality are. It really
absurdly
is a
high.
situation of you can't.
And here's the player ranking so far.
You can't even give up half chances.
Updated as of early, maybe yeah, right after the last game. So Oski, Atto, Acronic, their match is in there, including Jaffinho. Jaffinho is just killing it, man, even despite losing.
And we saw that with the first goal. Eventually, Space Station.
But anyways, if you go to the group stage and you hover the Genji G2, it says G2 53% chance to win. So pretty close, like 50-50.
Fourth players on both of these teams. Feer over on the side of Team Vitality. Your ex-player.
The Airbus here deploying his fighter jets and looking to get the second game. I'm so
TRK top 5, even with the Falcons losing.
For the longest time, is very smart, but has a great head on his shoulders. Very, very good teammate, and you can see what he's done.
They have Secret and Crew to get through. I feel good about that.
Flowers at the end of this game, hopefully for Space Station fans, of one of their victories. Got the first goal in the last game, did not finish it. Ended up losing 2-1. Arsenal looking for the pass down to LJ. Not for the first time, actually, Space Station colliding into one another.
Their decision-making has been a little bit too aggressive.
Did Zen just change which Fennec he's using?
Back corners, the areas behind.
Is this not? Yeah, this is a different one. He's in the plaid Fennec now.
And Radosin is behind.
That's a typical Radosin moment. It's fine. It's all good.
I've seen so many of them. I just expected that one to go in, but they get away from it. And Alpha 54's found Zen.
Zen missed. He's washed.
He went to the barber, and Arsenal a little off the side there.
He's washed.
Dosed it. Out to Arsenal. It's a nice bounce there for LJ, who can control, takes to the air. Feel like he got hit a little bit on his way up. This is where Space Station need to not get caught, especially off the challenges. If they give something up, then it will end up in the back of their net. Now Zen goes for the infield pass. That is far too much work for anybody to do. I like this here. Space Station taking their time. Just need to make sure that they don't give up an easy challenge, and that from LJ is so good. That's what they're going to need more of.
So difficult for Vitality to defend, but you've got Arsenal constantly.
What a smooth pre-flip catch.
Getting into positions for a redirect as well. You always have to worry about the ball going over the top of your head. It does lead to usually worse touches.
Really? I don't know what that really question is asking about.
Their mechanics usually make up for it. If they are caught in an awful position, they can still make a good touch come out, and just like that, Alpha 54 gets a good clear, and even the follow-up, he might just have the goal.
On the transition, almost caught out. Space Station are telegraphing this bump style of their offense. But if it's
Zen is very cathartic.
That's something that even if
yeah,
you do
just watching movements be done correctly every time, it's like
difficult as a defender to still not have that in the back of your head. So I don't necessarily mind that. LJ again.
Never seen Zen do a rings map. You think he just like cruises through it? Or respond to the TRK top 5 thing? Yeah.
Midfield.
Yeah, I guess he's just been killing it.
Arsenal chasing down the opposite side field. He has got the boost. He's got
it helps to have the wild card. The wild card is deciding. Wow, what a save!
Arsenal attacking the goalkeeper.
Amazing.
The wild card is deciding most of the rankings because that's like you get to play 3 games, right? The Falcons must have crushed through the wild card, and TRK must have played well.
Look at that, the touchdown. Alpha 54.
Whereas any team that only played 1 match so far is having a tough time getting players up in the rankings.
And unfortunately, Zen's tapped into the matrix. He knew how to get around you. 1-0 Vitality.
100% goal participation for Zen.
Slowed him down as he's spinning in the air, and that's enough for Zen to beat him out. Vitality with the first. And we saw in the last game how much they just loved a 1-goal lead that they can rest on.
Well, they might not have a chance here. The pass from Arsenal more than he wanted.
Weirdly, Vitality has actually like scored second in most games, I feel like. They let the other team score, and then they get 2 more.
Find something. The bump plays have had slight success, but they're not scoring from them. Now with 2 minutes,
like Zen was going to be trying the pogo shot if he could, or variation. He was a bit too low to the ground already.
And it's kind of meaning that if there's an opportunity for one, there's an opportunity for multiple, but the next touch doesn't have anybody there to follow up on it.
Dosing up, beat to the ball by LJ. In comes Arsenal, right down the middle. Alpha
Pinch?
not about
Oh, look at that. Wait, bump. Oh.
Well, Hoxer, I'm going to say, was going to get it.
Yeah, he was.
He had to avoid a bump from Redosin.
But Redosin should have just tried to bump everyone out of the way.
A lot in Zen's pinch, and he's going to go close towards the net.
I think it was Alpha 54's pinch. Come on, give somebody credit when they deserve it. Ooh, Alpha missed. I think a smoke.
By the smoke screen, felt like he had to pre-jump.
Yeah.
And it's gone underneath him.
That's exactly what happened.
It's not a great clear either.
Alpha 54,
yeah, what a smoke screen! Wow, it's not often you see the smoke screen like be as incredibly relevant as that.
Players can make a smoke screen for the defense and the first goal on the board for Space Station.
And now an opportunity off the kickoff. Arsenal centers it. LJ was charging forwards. Huge opportunity here for Space Station. Vitality seem to be in cruise control with their 1-goal lead. The demos are now starting to make something for them. Maybe not in the way they anticipated, but it is working, and Vitality be aware of that. Now Zen looking for the backboard. Hoxer controls. Sort of play there from Zen there. You're just testing. Hoxer, how are your nerves, mate? You're going to make a mistake, and Hoxer certainly not providing.
Vitality, they're not looking too nervous either, but they are having to play very much solo. They know that the person behind is often going to be out of the play, demoed and gone, not able to defend if they make a mistake. Just reducing the amount of risks that the player on the ball can take.
Ooh,
and there we go, another shot from Arsenal.
Of course.
Of
course he saves it.
Describe as like a coach's dream. Very clean across the field. Everyone's trying to make sure that they keep track of their role.
It's very clear what the game plan is, and it hasn't changed the entire time.
I got very nervous. I could hear boost, and I was wondering if that was a demo attempt coming in. But it was just more players. And not for the first
wow!
For the first time, it's not far
No way, no way is that in? Of
0
course it was
seconds.
in. It was perfectly in. Of course it was perfectly on target. Didn't matter because there were defenders, but why I thought for a second that was too hard of an angle, I don't know.
Space Station have a very, very good overtime record, but only beaten by one team, and that's going to be Vitality.
And right now, T-Bates might be wondering what that argument was about, because yes, they went to overtime so often against Moist yesterday, did Vitality, but they won all of them. Now will they add another one to that pile? It's off the backboard. What a save by LJ.
26 seconds into overtime. Vitality working hard, so is Arsenal, who's shown his clutch factor in the wild card so far. Hoxer as well. The player right now with the most overtime goals.
SSG are doing better than you expected.
And almost makes a big mistake.
You know, this is how Vitality got their sweep yesterday.
This series, do not make a
They were playing Moist.
They've got away with one.
They did the same thing. They like made every single game look close, but then at the end of the day, they won all of them.
Oh my goodness, he was already pre-jumped. Now off the backboard, Hoxer gets rid. Arsenal tries to put the ball onwards. Vitality on the attack still.
This is where we've seen them a lot more. Up against Moist yesterday, they spent the entire time in attack, and one quick counter replay has actually put the ball back in Space Station's court. Zen with the breakaway now, may have the opening, may have the touch. He doesn't have the angle though.
Yeah, nothing to do there.
He knew that there was
still every
chance from
you lost the Rule 1 versus Vitality in Boston live, so I get what you mean. Yeah, so did I. I was there.
Control off the ceiling, wanted to go wide. Be happy to see that 100 boost turned up as he
yeah, all of those felt close, didn't they?
Space Station, infield,
yeah, except for the last one. The last one wasn't close at all.
There. You don't want LGs having those for free, but now it's a race to the ball, and Zen will win it quite comfortably.
Even Arsenal couldn't expect that miss would come through from Vitality.
Full team play.
There's a shot from Redosin, that's going to go plowing off the side as well.
Vitality happy to hit the side of the wall there. Almost playing a game of chicken with Space Station. Do you want to jump for this? Do you want to remove yourself from the play?
Arsenal got him.
One player down. Hoxer was thinking of charging the challenge, and instead it's double commit. Arsenal, you've got so much work to do. Do not get dunked. And he
regardless of the result, SSG have definitely earned respect during this world. Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be the best team in the last major from NA. Just didn't work out that way.
Now, at that upper end, they've got another demo or bump attempt over on the side.
It's really too bad for us Daniel fans.
That was the
just how much they leveled up
did run out of boost, so
after
can't really blame him too
not
much
having
for
Daniel.
It. Bump attempt on Alpha. Feels like the game plan has been laid bare by both teams. Space Station want the demo. Vitality dare you to take them on the challenge.
Ooh, this is a good take. This is a good take. He played it slow. Interesting.
Not enough power from Arsenal, but he did have the right decision. Slow down that play. Hoxer.
Oh,
so close to getting it over that last defender. LJ, another chance around the corner. Has Zen to contend with. Redosin behind all three members of Team Vitality.
A good shot right here. That had to be it.
0, and that's not in. Zen, can he get around it? Neither can Oxa.
Oh my goodness, there we go. They did it. Wow.
It took 3 minutes, but Space Station, once they were in the orange side of the field,
Zen was pre-jumping that first one.
It really felt like they'd committed to either
Yo, credit to them.
or we will get scored on.
We have a Daniel Show match anytime soon. I feel like he's been gone for a bit. Yeah, he's been out of the ones world. Might be back though before Gamers 8. His version 1's going to Gamers 8.
Plays in a row that they were able to get. And you see, once they knew that the ball bot was behind the defenders in this final play, no clear was possible, so they may as well push all forward.
That's slightly different to how we started this series, because when we started the series, Space Station were, as you were mentioning, being very close to each other, but almost ineffective in the way that they were doing it. Now they're close to each other, but they're still relevant.
Space Station looks pretty good.
They're now close to each other, but in a different position rotationally. Before they were sort of both one person on the left-hand side of the net, one person on the right-hand side of the net.
Space Station looks pretty good.
Both in a position where
hey, who won the first game? Vitality.
Make a play on the ball. This time it's one
so it's
person
1-1
on the side of the net and the other person behind that one, waiting for them to go. And that's why in that play you saw them come in 4, 5, 6 times to follow up, because once that first person's out, he's now getting behind.
So full credit to Space Station.
Dude,
one
Arsenal
of the
locked
most
in.
selfless teams that we have
Reads
seen,
a lot
not
of
just
self-improvement
this season,
books.
but
I've heard him talk about that on
looking out
Twitter.
for one another.
I think you need some of those self-improvement books too.
I am perfect as I am, I will have you know.
I'm perfecter.
Arsenal, whatever he's been
Imagine
reading, it's
LJ
been
versus
working.
Zen.
What a
You're talking about in a 1v1?
And maybe
I think LJ versus Zen in a 1v1 isn't really fair.
Could be waiting for them, because the prevailing consensus will be, if you can beat Vitality, you can beat anybody.
Red flag to read self-improvement books? I disagree.
Have not shown
the kind of stuff that he's
weakness
reading
yet.
is, it seems like,
I
think he's mentioned a couple of books.
One of the best players, the one who steps up
they're
the
good,
most
if anything.
when it
What?
comes to
I feel like
these
it's the opposite red flag.
high-pressure
Someone who's like
lane
trying to become a better human.
First time shot, LJ didn't have it, Arsenal did. Let's see what the response is. Vitality usually respond back with violence when they lose a game. Not a team that's typically rattled all too much.
You might be wrong. Zen might destroy LJ. Yeah, I think he would.
A very
1v1.
clean
I
game
think Zen
against
is
Space Station,
much more
who
practiced.
are picking their
LJ's
spots
played
well.
a little bit of 1v1, but not nearly as much. And Zen we're talking about.
Changed up the way that they like to attack here too. Instead of hitting the ball forward off the backboard, trying to get a first touch that they can follow up on.
Arsenal? Ooh.
Maybe take some kind of advantage. Even some venom out of the defense.
That would have had an extreme pop-off.
Go high and challenge early. LJ has got a good pass, and Alpha 54 goes down the other end. It's Hoxer alone. He's been in this position a lot. Can he do it again? He does.
Now he needs the help. LJ was there.
Okay,
Arsenal
Space Station.
Down the line to LJ. What a pass that was. Now LJ looks to keep it going. Wanted the backboard. Arsenal control. He's got Hoxer right behind him, so Arsenal's only real
The
play
recovery
here
of
is to
North
try and go
America?
solo.
Is it going to happen today?
You see Space Station, it's not even necessarily in conventional places they like to start sending all three to. I mean, this is the opponent's corner, and I've just seen all three members head over that way. Now they get the shot.
I feel like they should try something different for overtime.
In the right position more than the
One
shot was
season,
saved.
like penalties.
It's usually very difficult.
Nah, penalties are the worst part of.
It's a nightmare.
It's a safe
football.
Place, a place
European
where
football.
From Team Vitality
I'm not a football fan,
and even just get a touch back into the corner. However, you can see the way that Space Station.
But football fans agree, right? Penalties are just like terrible and not the game, and it's just necessary evil.
Sometimes they are just hitting around the corner.
But when you can just throw them in overtime and it will not take no more than 17 minutes, you know, that's the longest it's ever taken to resolve it.
Trying to buy some time, but Arsenal having none of it.
That's just fine, right?
Space Station have had the better of this opening exchange.
Their stress at the highest form? Yeah, but like, I don't know.
Real way of coming through on top on that, and now we got Zen. Shadowed quite well here by
They aren't the game though. I think everybody has like Stockholm syndrome.
Reading that 50
I think the soccer / football fans are just gotten so used to it and have just learned to deal with the cope so much. It's like, oh no, it's actually insane. It's awesome. It is extremely stressful. We love it. It's a good way to decide what team's better. It's like, come on. Is it? Or is it just all you have?
When was the last time
Is it because you can't just afford to play another 30 minutes of the regular game?
But there's also been the underrated side of them.
Penalties are only unfair when they're gifted to people, assuming the refs are corrupt. Oh, I think he's specifically talking about shootouts. But maybe not. I mean, of course. I mean, I don't know what you'd be talking about in terms of penalties. Like,
Zen chasing down LJ.
someone gets demoed or something. I assume you're just talking about shootouts at the end of the game.
Now go to the opposite side. Zen wants to try and...
You should make your own preset, and all his subs should wear it for a month, and every current show match should wear it too. I probably won't be able to convince anybody in the show matches to wear
LJ's
it.
controlled the ball, goes on the wrong side, and Redosin had to recover quickly.
If it's enough to fool your teammates, enough to fool your opposition as well. LJ taking it away from Hoxha, but the defense were playing for Hoxha's touch and almost.
Gameplay after, probably not.
Being a goal for Space
Penalties,
Station.
I think I'm dumb.
Vitality as well in so many situations now.
I mean, I'm pretty dumb too when it comes to
counterattacks.
European
They have to
football.
figure something out. They have to control that midfield line and get into that attacking position that they love.
Penalties,
next time we
or when you're
see
shooting, it's like one person shooting on
LJ
a
or Hoxha on the air dribble, trying to
on a
get the ball to
goalie.
the orange side of the field.
Usually when it's like when you get fouled in the box, you get one during regulation. But I think they call them penalties or like shootout. I don't know what they call. I'll be honest. PKs, but I heard maybe you're not supposed to say that when like when the game is tied and it ends with a shootout.
LJ is actually still around.
Penalties are a free kick inside the box, yeah.
Vitality here. It's not about the best touch, it's about making sure Vitality don't get their ideal touch.
Nobody can be in the way of you and the goalie, so it's literally just you
up against maybe a favorite
shooting
team,
on
a team that have
a
a lot of
goalie,
individual
like
mechanics.
80% success rate or something like that, sure.
Demos, so they're preventing
basically just a goal.
from having boosted
And that's why when you're watching European football, and you just see people like absolutely look like they were shot from above when they're in the box. It's because it's like a goal. If you can convince the if you can convince the ref that you were fouled, it's basically a goal.
Hindsight is 2020.
So that's why I barely blame
was worth nothing.
Soccer players,
They were
football
going to try and
players.
get something back here, but they're
Doing
running
that.
out
It's
of
like
time.
it's
in a game
so
that
valuable
they have
to get a
been
foul
the
called
better
on you
of
in the
two.
box.
They've
So
had the more offense.
of course you should
They
just
didn't create anything of it.
act like you just died
shut them down
in a chance
every
to get an
single
entire
time,
goal.
and have got the game number 3 victory.
Vitality on top, but
PK is acceptable slang.
Go out to SSG.
It's called diving, yeah. What's our prediction? I said Vitality 4-0, but I was already wrong about that. So I would say now it's going to be a Vitality 4-1.
You're just missing the post on your chances.
Yeah, we call it flopping.
Not the first time.
Space Station
But I forgot diving is the word for
But you can't give even
football.
just a slight opening to Vitality. Again, yesterday, Vitality against...
Everyone in Twitch chat be like SSG, LSGL, LMAO. That sounds like Twitch chat, yeah. That's true, but they're trying to counter diving in the box. Refs give yellow cards for fake diving. Yeah, that's good.
And it is Vitality.
That is good.
Held on.
KV1.
They have to do.
Fear, are the face-to-face things recorded face-to-face or separate? I think they're recorded face-to-face, but wait, KV1 would know that. This must be KV1's a fan. KV1 is at Worlds right now, and I think has probably done one of those before. But yeah, they put them, you're talking about before the match? I think they get them in the same spot, stand them next to each other, and they talk smack to each other. At least they definitely did for this match. You could tell Hoxer and Alpha were right there.
They've got the right.
They're playing well.
It's working.
Is that the actual KV1 though? I have no idea how to check.
A little bit more like they did at the end of that game.
You aren't here, right? Oh, KV1. Maybe it is the actual KV1. I'm not there. No, I'm not in Germany.
Rocket League IQ. He's locked in on this sort of thing. I think he'll be more aware than anyone else. It's almost there.
You're finally on YouTube? Yeah, I like to do. I'm trying to do watch parties on YouTube. But show matches and stuff will continue to be on Twitch.
If you do that, Vitality might just be more comfortable.
They've also been very pragmatic about their approach to this match. They've gone in saying, we're not going to smash Vitality. It's not going to be an easy win. This is
Everyone say what's up to KV1.
At minimum a game.
Case that's the real KV1.
Victory.
I have no idea how to check on YouTube,
because
I think you can make your name whatever you want, and I can't click your name either. Just like I can't click it and like go to see what channel it is to see if it's like KV1. What's your top 3? I think the EU teams are still my top 3.
We have made a good fight.
BDS, Corp, Vitality, the same top 3 from the last major.
Made a good fight of it in the games.
By the way, can someone explain what timeout in RLCS is? It's like a break for the casters to get the next things ready. No, it's for the players.
You need something a little bit extra.
In the best of 7, you can call a timeout. Just means you wait a few more minutes before the next game. And it's usually called by the team losing.
LJ and Hoxer have put their hands up.
But yeah, it's called like coaches in the teams. It's not.
If one of them can have that stellar performance like we saw from LJ yesterday, like Hoxer early on in the wild card, that might be.
In fact, timeouts are like tougher for the casters. You have to keep talking.
LJ's already on the follow. They've got the demo.
Or technical pauses are the worst.
Possible before the rotation is back. Ball drops down, and how
have SSG called the timeout? I don't think so, right? That wasn't a timeout just now.
Just trying to beat him any way he can.
The timeout is still available.
Because Redosin was coming from the right-hand side.
Maybe change cars. You can change cars in between the games whether you take a timeout or not. Like Zen has been in 2 different cars so far. I think he might have changed one after losing. Opinion on SSA players? I mean, not sure what you mean by that. They're starting from way far behind. And
with all of that, Vitality adapt.
They don't get to play ranked
really
with
like that play from
the other regions, so they're going to be, you know, a little underdeveloped.
For the bump.
But that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
That bump is not possible.
Why aren't you one of the RLCS commentators? Hey, maybe one day.
A bigger threat on them. It keeps them questioning what Space Station are about to do. But I'm questioning how Redosin got that behind the defender.
So it all starts off over here. LJ missed the 100 boost. He wanted to get 100
I just haven't
boost
put.
the ball.
I haven't really been trying to become an RLCS commentator.
Everyone thought it was going to be
that's an
a comfortable LJ pickup. Missed positions.
You have a shout out? What up, Gaming Dragon?
Arsenal expected LJ to get contact with the ball, but he went.
How do you feel about Zen's plaid car?
The last player,
I like it.
Tried to scatter to make up for it. And we've seen how dangerous a 1-goal lead, an early lead, can be for Team Vitality.
The roll this thing was hilarious. Yeah. Roll this watch party. Nice. It's a good counter.
Well, that didn't take long.
They got here with teamwork, and they continue their world's run in Dusseldorf with an immaculate
Zen and Redosin are just right on the same position. One of them has to do something.
Rotating through the back corner.
We are learning.
They can't both get the boost, and they can't both make the same save.
Vitality.
Not that they would have been able to do anything, but
good at the
try and break up the infield, I guess.
Station,
what if instead of penalties, we get a couple 1v1 dribble until one misses?
Menace. So is Alpha 54 with the dunk, but
I love trying to shoehorn in 1v1 as much as the next 1v1 fan.
How much you adapt,
but we really don't need. There's not a problem. Overtime works great
one of you constantly demoed out
for RLCS already. I think the only, and I don't even think this is a good idea either, but the only adjustment you could make is not resetting when the ball hits the ground at 0. Assuming it's tied, you could have the extra time start right away. The benefit of that is maybe a team who was like setting up an attack and was playing really well doesn't get their momentum reset. But that would be a big mistake because 0-second magic is very exciting. And I don't think it's that bad to reset on a kickoff such that teams get really robbed by that.
I don't quite know what the full goal scoring play was going to be.
The game sound is a bit higher than yours. I could turn the game sound down a little bit. I just don't want to make it too low. You think To Die For is a decent player? I'd have to look at To Die For in some regular lobbies. All I know is To Die For is the best SSA player.
And now his way back is going to be with 0, so it's going to take a while.
Assuming it'll probably be like,
Go for the challenge on 0.
I don't know. I'd have to look at more To Die For. I haven't watched To Die For gameplay. I just know To Die For is the best player.
But they've got Zen already set up. Those little things that
what's your mic? It's a SM7B.
Go on. Redosin. If he has a reset or not, either way, he's not going to
sounds great. Good. Good to hear.
The ball. Even Alpha wanted some of it, and actually, that's got them out. Redosin's really far
forward. Oh wait, Arsenal.
Has to find the redirect.
Oh, that's tough.
An awful lot to ask.
Extremely close. Zen with almost 0
That's a tough shot.
After what seemed to be a rare miscommunication that came from Team Vitality. Alpha 54 called Zen off. Oh, here we go, a double commit as well. This is danger.
Arsenal on Zen?
Arsenal has a flip reset, and Zen has to come to save the day again, and almost goes in.
For a while, Arsenal changed his name to Arzenal, changed the S to a Z. Because what Arsenal loves to do, nice bump, ooh, close. What Arsenal loves to do is he loves to just, like, oh, good bump. It's not going to matter, though.
There will be a follow-up set up by Zen.
Stopped the Zen clip, though. Zen was about to absolutely boom that double in.
And in the perfect spot to slot it right down the middle.
But Arsenal loves to, like, copy whoever's been playing the best recently.
That is his MO.
So he was Arsenal, but it would be weird to have Arsenal when playing against Vitality.
Will he be there at the end of this game with a victory? Zen has support.
Oh, the demo.
Team Vitality were tied all of this game, and now they're 2 in the lead.
Zen insane at doubles. He's just insane at every mechanic. Every mechanic is just free for him.
You managed to get one, but Vitality got
no assist on that. That's too bad. That's like obviously an assist, right? By Alpha 54.
You've played clean up to this point. Now it's time to send everything.
Now is where, as well, it gets scary. Vitality have found the bigger picture. They've puzzled it together. Hoxer could have had that good shot at that one.
LJ reset. Radosin again plays the ball.
Oh.
They break to the opposite side of the field. Arsenal.
Psycho?
Psycho. It's not one of the worst attempts I've seen, but guess what? Vitality have no reason to overcommit.
Hoxer, so close. LJ has another chance over to Arsenal. Arsenal with the double. Goes down to Hoxer.
Well, they at least won one game. Well, it's not necessarily over yet, but I do agree in your sentiment that it does seem like Vitality have got into form, and we'll just win the next one too. One day you're going to make it to the RLCS and be the best in SSA. I'm excited to see it.
Vitality have found something.
Would you start a series for YouTube channel? What do you mean?
Match point.
That last play, that last goal from Arsenal, he's going to be thinking back to earlier in the game where he did have a redirect opportunity over a boostless Zen.
It was a difficult shot, but you need to. That's the level we're at.
It's been decided by simple mistakes. This entire game, the last game, one mistake was a major difference.
Something like a show match? What do you mean start a series? I mean, I already do show matches.
Very impressed, and I love this
confused.
Inter-regional matchup.
Maybe a different idea?
North America's space station, the #1 seed of the spring split, up against.
Not really sure what your idea is.
#1 team from EU. They're both trying to apply pressure, but they do it in different ways. With Space Station applying pressure by stealing boost, getting bumps, being behind.
Vitality on the level? Seems like it.
Being kind of in their face. It forces Vitality to play fast.
Like a Minecraft Let's Play. Anyone else remember Dark back when he was popular in 2022? Bro was so ahead of his time that even for today's standards, his gameplay from months ago is so quick. Yeah, his mechanics and his creativity are unmatched.
It forces Space Station on the back foot to two completely different ways of tackling the same game.
I think the big thing I've learned here from Vitality is
isn't he pretty young? Yeah, I think Dark is maybe still 14, might be 15. I know he's 15. Dark's 15.
I think that's extra impressive considering the demos. It's so hard to do that when you've got players constantly behind you.
So, Space Station. It was going to be a massive upset if they were able to defeat Team Vitality, and that was just from kickoff. Now you are 2 games down. You've got to win.
Dark was the Flash of Rocket League. He wasn't necessarily crazy fast, and he was, but it was the pogos and the creativity and everything else that was so unorthodox, so unique. Hey, do you want Vitality to win? Yeah, I think so. I think the Zen hype is probably good for getting people excited. Having Zen win all the time and like show that you can get like a step ahead should both push development from other players as well as maybe get otherwise uninterested fans excited. Like, ooh, maybe I should go watch this Zen kid. I hear he's unbeatable in Rocket League.
Big important thing here for Space Station is they need to settle on this.
The fact that he went and practiced those unique moves is insane. It's because he's like kind of like a freestyler at heart. All the most mechanical people, like Joyo, who came from freestyling, it's like they love just moving the car. Like that is just their favorite part of the game, it seems like. And then those who are able to work that into also being good competitively end up becoming just really mechanical players.
Alpha off the wall, couldn't find the second touch. Doesn't matter, LJ forced to make the save.
I meant, would you stream, for example, like pros, race, and finishing a custom map for YouTube? I've thought about stuff like that, like speed runs for different maps. I've definitely thought about doing stuff like that. What is the positive and negative aspect of being on YouTube? Or being a YouTuber? Positive aspect is you get to, you know, maybe have a job related to your favorite video game. You know, like I was doing this for a long time as a pastime. You know, exclusively, just like to have fun. So the idea that it could be a job, that's the beauty of being on YouTube, being a YouTuber, and why so many people want to be a YouTuber. And then the downsides are that it's very fickle and it's very stressful and it's not very linear. So like you might want to, you might think what you made a good video, and maybe nobody wants to watch it, you know, and that just happens sometimes. You know, your performance isn't guaranteed to go up forever. Maybe people stop watching you. Maybe there's just no security at all, and it's very stressful to try and do the right thing. So that's definitely the downside. Way more stressful, and path forward is unclear.
Well, trying to hit each other, that would be certainly a good start. Arsenal off the challenge. Very open for everybody, but LJ's been beat clean. That means that the passing play was available. Left for Zen. Does have 100, so let's see what the Magician can come up with. That is how you deal with the Magician. Get rid of him.
Yeah, bump him.
Up in the air, Radosson just trying to slow this down. Give Alpha 54.
Appreciate the work you put in. You like the 1v1 videos? Yo, thank you.
Take some boost at the back corner.
Yeah, everybody who stops by and says they enjoy the videos means a lot. Because without you guys, I would not potentially be a YouTuber. Right now, I'm still not, you know, a full-time YouTuber. But you don't make it look stressful? Well, that's good. That's good. No, I don't want to, like, forward the stress onto you guys at all. You know, it should just seem completely fun and a good time.
They don't do that.
To everybody who's watching. That's what I want everyone to see, you know. But behind the scenes, there's a little bit of stress. Just trying to make sure you get a good video, good match. Are the thumbnails right?
Adding an extra layer to that.
You know,
one person goes up, threatens that they're going to hang up there with a flippery step.
Views trending down? Why could that be? You know, there's lots of stuff in the margins that you worry about. But the reality is, and the reason why you probably don't think it's stressful, is when you're making a video or when you're streaming, that's never the stress. That's never the hard part. That's just fun. Like right now, it's just fun.
LJ's opportunity. Where's he gonna go?
You know, there's no downsides at all to actually doing it in the moment. The problem is then later it's like, oh, nobody, I had a great time doing that, but then nobody watched it or something. You're like, oh, that's too bad.
This time it's not the
and then you start worrying about, did I do something wrong? I had such a good time.
Once again blocked out an impressive read from LJ off the backboard.
You enjoy my videos? Thank you. Appreciate that.
Communication there from Vitality, because that
you'd be scared if you're the other team. Yeah, is that ooh?
Alpha 54 wants a world championship.
Alpha can pop off too, though.
A
little reverse wave dash. 50 set up by Zen. Sheesh, that's a good shot though. On your way to Dusseldorf right now, dude. It's gonna be so fun. I am very jealous. You can't watch on Twitch because the stream doesn't work properly, but YouTube Live, yeah, YouTube Live is always better in that facet.
Could not find the bump.
Yeah, I have serious FOMO right now. Serious FOMO on being at Dusseldorf for sure.
Plays across the side. Arsenal.
You love your 1-1 show matches and you analyze what the pros do and apply them to your own gameplay. You win almost every time. Yeah, there you go. How old are you? I'm 30. Supporting Vitality is like supporting Manchester City. I'm going to assume Manchester City is like a very, very good team that always wins.
They've got Arsenal. He goes himself and they were ready.
Alpha played the ball yet again. And it is Team Vitality who have kept this ball up. Well, let's see how that one works out. LJ tries to chase it. Alpha puts the ball
there it is.
Down. Vitality have made it to the playoffs.
Viva la Vitality.
It means it's bandwagony. Do you think in the future to be a great commentator? Do I think I could be a great commentator? I'd love to do RLCS. Maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I won't. But as long as I can do Rocket League, it doesn't matter to me. If I can commentate my own ones matches and, you know, do watch parties and I never become an RLCS commentator, but I get to do it as a job, then I will consider myself lucky.
For the rest of the teams in the
so
tournament, that is the level you have to be.
Are we gonna have the Johnny Boy versus Fear game with Appjack commentary? Yeah, people are commenting like about that like crazy. My guess is someday it will happen.
I don't know if after these sort of performances.
My guess is someday it must happen based on how much everyone wants it. But
I mean, Bates was right. He loves talking about G2. SSG though are looking so strong in this tournament. And it's a shame for them.
You think people just like Zen a lot? Yeah, I mean, consider me a Manchester City fan then. I like watching Vitality.
How much they were able to put a team like Vitality.
As you become really ingrained in the scene and you start to have like a ton of players that you're a fan of, it starts to become the case where you're like the fan of everybody. You're just a fan of like every single team. And so then you feel like you can barely root against anyone. And then that makes it available for you to just enjoy the best Rocket League, which is being, of course, played by Vitality right now, no question. So
SSG wanted to be North America's best hope, but Vitality came along and said, nope, that's not happening right now, and they take the victory. And joining me to talk about that, Radosin is here. First off,
it's Radosin.
Congratulations on making top 8 with the team.
Sup, Feet, you're kind of new. I assume you mean Fear.
I have to ask.
Johnny Boy is SSL? No, he is not.
Did you expect more resistance? Because well, you did have close games in your previous
but neither am I.
It feels like you guys are fairly confident out there.
Are you watching another match? No, I probably have to go. I have to go. The reason why we picked this match is because it's the only one I could afford to watch with my schedule today.
Space Station, c'est une bonne équipe, ça joue sur des trucs et même Moist hier on les a battus et c'était serré. Donc en vrai, je m'y attendais.
I feel like we had a lot of resistance, you know, so because Space Station played quite well and Moist yesterday did the same, so I feel like yeah, we had quite good resistance.
Now, I want to know, I was talking to Achieves earlier, and he mentioned that watching you, it feels like you're just kind of a straight shot, you go for the ball. There's not a lot of faking going on. Is that planned, or is that just tends to be the way you play?
Alors, à 2 ans, il semblerait que tu fasses très peu de fake et que tu ailles très souvent directement sur la balle et que tu ailles jusqu'au bout. Est-ce que c'est quelque chose à quoi tu penses finalement de faire des fakes ou pas?
Honnêtement, quand je joue, je ne pense pas. Enfin,
you think he says he agrees with that?
Que je fais, même moi, je sais pas ce que je fais. Donc,
is Fear now a Vitality YouTuber? No, actually.
Honestly, even when I play, I don't think at anything. So I just play and that's it. So no, I don't think about that.
I wasn't gonna do this one, but this is the only time frame that I actually can do a match.
Speaking of thinking, I'm just very curious. When you leave the pitch, you go back to
You're gonna start watching my vids instead of Sunless and stuff because they are fun. Yeah, you can watch them both. Yo, love you. Keep up the cool vids. Yo, thank you for the super chat. What is I don't know what currency AED is, but thank you for $17.99 of it. Thank you.
J'essaie de penser à autre chose pour éviter le comment ça s'appelle En gros, j'essaie de penser à autre chose parce que Rocket League, quand j'y pense, ça me fait stresser un peu. Enfin, les championnats du monde, du coup, je pense à autre chose, je reset mon mental.
So yeah, you know, once I'm off the pitch, I'm trying to think about other things because thinking about Rocket League sometimes makes me nervous. So I just want to, think about other things and get relaxed.
And just finally,
is he French? Yeah, for sure. This whole team is.
North America takes it. What percent will for North America to take this? Because there's a lot of good European teams right now.
Pour toi, quel est le pourcentage de chance qu'une équipe européenne remporte ces championnats du monde?
80%, je dirais.
Une équipe nord-américaine?
Non, 20%.
About 20%, yeah.
Oh, hey, that's wow.
Okay,
that's actually very generous.
Congratulations on top 8.
20% chance. Let's go look at these AI odds.
They showed up
just to see how generous 20% is.
They continue on there.
5, 9, 9%, 10%, 11, 12. Yeah, 20% is actually very generous. 20% actually thinks that that's him saying that, the NA has a good chance.
Or just blowouts. And we got to start with Game 2. Game 1, Vitality takes. It was back and forth, but Game 2 really showed the strengths of both teams. Vitality.
Much love from Algeria. Yeah, what up?
You have to respect it.
When SSG shake their fear of Vitality, they'll put up a better fight. Everybody's afraid of Vitality.
He's got to wait it out, and then Alpha comes underneath and takes the goal. But Space Station with the demos, they came out, got the smoke screen. Arsenal just
United Arab Emirates Dinar.
Alpha is completely
thank you for that.
Here you demo out Zen, and this is what Space Station's all about. Cause chaos in the front and score. And then finally, massive chaos here. Just back and forth. Here we go. Space Station finds a way to win game 2, and we're like, okay.
Not Dinar, Dirham.
Here.
I don't know. I'll look it up later. You did the currency exchange? All right, thank you. Hey, listen. Don't rob him of his bigger number. $17.99. Let it be known. You don't have an Instagram account? Yeah, I do. I do have an Instagram account here. Let me find it.
But at that point,
I'll get you the link for it.
Game 4, we see Vitality take it. Game 5, it comes down.
Here's the Insta. I don't use it a ton, but you know, if a day comes when I will use it, that is where it is. I use it some.
What do you
think about Rule 1 versus Twisted Minds? I think Rule 1's a heavy favorite. I think that these odds agree with me that Rule 1 is an 80% favorite, which is like, it depends, dude. I don't know. The problem with that, the only reason why I don't agree with that is because Rule 1 did not look good. I feel like Twisted Minds look better. So Rule 1 has to shake off whatever they were doing yesterday.
But I mean, it's a 3-man team. We were talking a lot about Alpha.
You want Ahmad in the stream? Yeah, I'm down to get him some more. He has a really good record, but he's only really played the youngsters.
He's got the greatest comms I've ever heard. He's so loud, so aggressive. Arado, he fills in all of the necessary gaps in order to make this team work. Those little touches like that. He's closed up for the first goal. Big stop right there. Every single time, Radosa's recoveries in Rocket League right now are some of the best because he is so quick. You think he's out to play, he's not.
If you were playing a match, would you leave a Rule 1 for $200?
And now it's in your neck. Good demo on the back line. He's everywhere when he needs to be, and he's a big player.
I don't know. It's a tough situation.
I think he comes across as somewhat unassuming.
I need more context. Is the prize of the thing $200? Is someone just handing me $200 just to break the Rule 1? Is that it?
Magic. Like, he will dive in front.
Why isn't Iraq allowed to participate in the RLCS? I'm sure it has something to do with international laws, with Psionics being based out of the US, or I don't know.
I think they played that how they should have played.
How about an idea of a content creators show match?
They tried to remove Zen, just as we were seeing how they played.
If you leave, you get 200. You'd be hated on forever, though. I can wipe my tears with my $200.
So there was just no way.
There is way, but not when Vitality.
I think I probably wouldn't break one only because the situation you're describing would never happen.
I think there was
no one would ever offer $200 just for me to break it.
SSG, I don't know the whole entire time or option half, but to me, I don't know about everybody else watching. To me, it felt as if SSG had a lot of control, more so than Vitality did, but SSG couldn't score because they didn't have that last mechanical push, that last mechanical sauce that was required to beat a Vitality
defense. Who's your favorite team?
So,
my favorite team is probably Rule 1.
And if Vitality on the counter,
like that's who I'd want to win the most.
You got Alpha hitting negative angle redirects. They're so
but I have a lot of
and then they're just too efficient.
Players I'm fans of. Basically all the ones players. Do you think there's a chance players in Iraq participate in RLCS without moving to another country? Probably not.
We can see Vitality
I wouldn't plan on it.
Through to the top 8. They will be in the upper part of our playoff bracket. Same side of the bracket as Liquid, who we saw qualify earlier.
Actually, Wave, no, they're not on the same side.
That was my error before we went live.
Okay.
No, they are not. They're on the other side, as that is where the Group B first go.
Okay, so technically we could have a Vitality Liquid Grand Final, Stokes. It could just happen. Meanwhile, for now, we're going to jump to the top of Group B.
Aren't you a Rule 1 content creator? No, I'm not. I just do their casts.
NA versus NA.
I do their streams.
The battle for best G in North America is about to happen.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good because we all know Gen G.
We'll end it there.
In North America,
we'll end it there.
There's something about G2.
We are not going to be able to watch the next one, the NA anyways. Come on, NA snooze fest. So, Rule 1, are they favored in this matchup? I don't know. Rule 1, if you're a Rule 1 fan, they got Twisted Minds and they have Space Station. I think they're going to do all this lowers on Friday. Are they do all 8 games? Is that right? And then they just do the upper bracket in the final 2 days? Maybe not. Maybe they'll do these 4 and then maybe they will. I don't know if they're going to do the entire bracket on the final day like they did last Worlds. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will maybe be live again tomorrow for at least one match. Maybe I'll do a ton. I'm not sure yet. It'll depend on what the wife and I have to do tomorrow to prep for, baby Feer coming along. But thank you guys for hanging out again, as always. Appreciate everyone you guys that show up. One thing that one of my favorite creators says is that if you can hear my voice right now at the end of the stream, if you hear me at all, that means you're supporting me, which I appreciate. So thank you. Thank you if you're hearing me talk right now, for checking out the streams on any level, videos, whatever it is. I will hopefully catch you guys next time. Later.